All right, so we are live. So welcome everyone. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly Q&A day, where all of my members can join me for our into the Zoom room. So I do want to show you guys how you can join before we get started today, how you can join us. Let me share my screen here. Right. Okay, so if you are a member of our program, you can go to bridgetbartlett.com. You want to click on the events calendar, and then you'll go to the day that we're on, which is this one here, and you can click here, and this will take you to this page here where you can click, and then this actually, all of those steps actually lead you to the resource area. So if you're like, oh man, I'm already here in the resource area, just go ahead and go to Zoom and support, and then you'll see our weekly Q&A session. You just click here, it takes you right into the Zoom room. Okay, so a couple things that I did want to share with you today. I was just telling David and Maria that, let me stop sharing here, that I actually was in the HighLevel affiliate meeting just a little bit ago, and they shared with us some super cool new things that are coming to the Conversation AI bot before Level Up. So these are all cool things. I don't even know what they're going to be telling us on Level Up Day during the event next month, but if it's anything like last year, it's going to be insane. So first, let me actually show you. If you guys have not checked out the Conversation AI bot, let me show you my actual bot here. And then I'm going to show you some things that are coming as well. Okay, so if you do not have this turned on in your agency, you definitely want to turn that on. You'll want to go to the agency settings and go into the Conversation AI and turn that on. Okay, now when you do that, it's going to show up in each sub-account settings as Conversation AI. This tab will show up here. Okay, now you have your bot settings, and until today, it was it defaulted to the off position, but then you have the suggestive and you have the autopilot. Okay, so the autopilot is new today, and then this one is just going to automatically start responding. Okay, now right now the supported channels here are text message, Facebook, and Instagram, but of course all of the other options and integrations are going to be possible with this as well. Okay, we're just still kind of in the beta version here. All right, now I did do a training about how you want to train your bot and all of that, but you'll see if we scroll down here, you'll see now we have the advanced settings, so you can actually give your bot a name. It will default to the agency or the location name. So that's important to know. I just gave mine Vision Bot Assistant. I'm actually not sure, just testing this out of this little emoticon here, if that will show up. But I wanted to test it and see. I kind of like that. Also, you have the autopilot mode. So this is going to allow you to have a few minutes before the bot actually responds. And then also you can choose how many times do you want your bot to respond? You know, it could literally have like a continued conversation, 24 hours a day with someone, but, this is costing you, right? So there are credits involved here being used. Now, right now, this is 5 cents per message. Okay, so and there are some things I can't show you because I'm live, but in a message, when you're in the conversations tab and someone has sent you like a text message, and at the bottom in that conversations tab, it starts suggesting, like it'll suggest like 3 things if you're in suggestive mode. Okay, so when it starts suggesting, that's going to cost you the 5 cents. Okay, now obviously, if you're an agency or your sub-account, your client is using a lot of this, that could get very costly. So they are working on an unlimited plan for the sub-account to have the last price point they've been discussing is $49. That is not written in stone by any means. That's just kind of what they're bouncing around. So what that would be is the agency owner is now able to charge for the unlimited instead of having to charge them 5 cents per message. Okay, so when I say the agency owner, that also means you as well if you wanted to use this on your own account. Okay, now I'm glad that Ray is hopping in here because Ray was asking about the bot and about how you would actually do the testing process with this. Okay. Now, I definitely do not recommend that you just turn this on and then turn it on autopilot and then just walk away, right? You don't want to do that for your own business. You don't want to do that for a client's business. So what you want to do is you want to train this bot. Now, before we had this AI, we had to create chatbots and we had to, think about every single question that we wanted to ask and every single answer that someone could possibly give. And then we would build all of that out in the chat. And honestly, as an agency owner, we could easily sell that service for, $2,000 just to set up, right? But now with this AI, we can actually train the bots for our clients just by entering in their website URL. Okay, so again, I definitely encourage you to go back and watch the training. I went way more in depth about training with this. But if you're the agency owner, now you have the ability to say, look, and again, we talk about this all the time. How do you get clients for HighLevel? There's so many features. Everybody wants to kind of take a meeting with a business owner and then word vomit all the features that it has. It has a website builder and it has a funnel builder and you can send emails and text messages, and all of that means nothing to them. Okay. They care about saving time and making money. And that is what the business owner is concerned with, right? Well, we as the agency owner, we're concerned with that too. We need to save time and money because if we are, obviously, if we are spending months working on a great chatbot for our client, we are going to have to, charge them for our time. Also, that's harder for the local business owner to pay thousands of dollars and have that trust with us, right? So now with this new system, what we can do is simply say, we are going to give you access to our virtual assistant, our AI bot, or whatever you want to call it, right? And we're actually going to train it for you. Right? We're only going to charge, maybe $97 setup fee. Okay. A $97 setup fee to paste the link into the field is insane, right? Now, here's the cool thing about all of this, right? There are now suggestive trainings, okay? So when I say that, you can actually customize your bot responses here. Okay, you can, as you're using this, right? And I definitely suggest start with the suggestive training, but as you're using this, it's just giving you suggested responses. So what you can do is come back into the AI feature here, and you can add that question and add the appropriate response that you want to give. However, if you are the agency owner and your client, let's say that you want to charge $97 for the initial setup and you're going to paste the link there to train the bot. Now, what they need to do is they need to adjust the bot. They need to train the bot on their end. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen here because I need to get into my conversations tab here and I want to show you. Let me pull up. This is why sometimes it's kind of hard to do these things live here, but I do want to show you when the bot responds. First, I need to send a message here. So give me just a second. I hadn't planned on showing you this far. But while I get this set up, I was going to tell you what they have actually done here is they have created a way that when you are responding and the bot asks you a question, it will now give you the opportunity right there when you see the question, it will give you the opportunity to train the bot to fix that response. Okay, so let me get in here. I'd rather show you than tell you, but I'm trying to get this set up so that I can do that. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Let me see if I can go into the actual training part here. I'm so sorry. You know how it is when you're live.
Is this still in SMS, texting the response back and forth?
So if that is how they message you, okay, so if we go to the bot settings here, you'll see that it works for SMS, Facebook, and Instagram now. So however they message you originally, that's how it's going to respond. So if they text your phone number, a question, then it's going to respond that way. If they send you a message on Facebook Messenger, then that's where it's going to respond. Okay, and then same thing with Instagram. And of course, all the other channels are coming too. What I was trying to show you here is in the actual response, right? So what if it says, what is Messenger? I use this example. So it's giving me a response now. Okay, so here's the cool part. And I don't know in the training area if it will let me, but so it gives you the response here. Okay, now if I didn't like this response, I could actually click here and yes, so this is what it's showing me. So now I can change this, okay? So if they ask this question, now I can change whatever answer. And when I submit my new answer and click train bot, that's going to update the bot to let it know next time someone asks, what is Messenger? I want you to answer this way. Okay, so this now could be what the client is doing. The bonus of this, though, is this where you can update it. You don't have to come into the settings and Conversation AI to be able to do that. You can do that directly in the Conversations tab. You'll see the answer that it spits out, and then you'll be able to say yes or no, and then make those edits directly there in the Conversations tab. So every time you're doing that, whether it's you or a team member or whatever, the agency owner or the client, whoever's doing that, it's training that bot. Okay, so you can see as the agency owner, you set this up one time, you tell them, hey, we got it all set up. Now, if there's anything that you don't like, you can just simply retrain the bot to give the answer you do prefer and show them that process. And now they are actually training the bot in a simple, non-techie way. Okay, so those are the super cool things about the bot. Now, what else is cool is that you are not only can you paste links, okay, you can actually starting, and I can't remember when they said that this feature is going to be ready, but you actually can add links to like a Google Drive, to PDFs, all of those things. Those are all coming. So that is super cool. Now, something else that's coming as well is once you have your bot trained, you're going to, not once it's trained, but obviously you have your bot trained, the next step of that would be to use it inside of workflows. Okay, so that's what's coming next as well. So we're going to be able to not only train our bot, but we're going to be able to incorporate the bot and all of the knowledge that we've trained it to have inside of our workflows to respond to different text messages or however they're responding to us. We can incorporate that bot into the workflow. Something else that I wanted to show you guys. Did you know, and you may not even know this at all, but if you go to HighLevel's main website here, they have a section at the bottom where you can see the differences between, for example, HighLevel and ActiveCampaign, HighLevel and HubSpot, HighLevel and ClickFunnels, Keep, Linktree, Vendasta. Okay, I used to actually be with Vendasta. This is such an excellent resource when you are working, especially if you're an affiliate, right? So what I could technically do is I could go to every single person that is using Vendasta. I could go to Vendasta Facebook groups. I could go to Vendasta's channel and start networking with the people who are commenting on the channel. I could do all of that, right? So I am targeting now Vendasta clients, and I want to share with them the HighLevel and how Vendasta is better than HighLevel, right? So HighLevel just completely makes this easy for you because they literally have like the step-by-step presentation to help you, okay? Now, what else is cool is if you're a HighLevel affiliate, you can paste these links and the main website and the knowledge base into your HighLevel conversation bot, and then have all of that information, have your bot trained with all of that information. So if someone messages you and says, hey, I'm using Vendasta right now, what's the difference between HighLevel and Vendasta? Now your conversation AI bot can just answer that question for you. super, super cool. So what do you guys think about that? Do you have any questions?
Pretty amazing. You know, if you consider the different niches that you could just paste URLs, you know, if you're focused, like I'm got some stuff going in the pool industry, you know, and being able to answer questions specific to that, you know, that's really interesting. I guess it's just a matter of making sure that whatever URLs has enough information to be able to answer enough questions,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, and let's just say that you have like a PDF of your business, right? Or you have like your website, or you have, I mean, blogs. Like, could you imagine if a business has a blog, how much information you could put in there to train? Um, that's really, really super cool. I'm so excited to see, not just see all of this working in my own business, but I'm so excited to see like what everyone else does with it. I think there's going to be really a lot of good ideas that are outside of the box that we're not even thinking of right now, of how people will be able to utilize that.
I can't remember, were the options on the blog, on the chat AI, were the options there that the user would click on, or would he type freeform? What's the difference between Go High Level and ClickBank, or, you know?
If you wanted to train the bot yourself, like for example, let's say that you keep getting the same question over and over again, and you're like, man, I just need to like train my bot to answer that question because I get it every single day. Okay. So what you can do is you can add the question here, right? You would just type out the question and then type out the answer. Now, in the conversations tab, though, when someone has messaged you like this, right? Someone sent me a text message and it says, "What's L Messenger?" And then in the conversations tab, this would show up with the answer. So then I can choose, do I like this? And then, so if this was me as the client, I'm in my conversations tab right now. Someone just messaged, my AI bot gives me an answer. If I don't like it, I can retrain my bot right there in the conversations tab. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah. I was just thinking, the way people word it might send them to a different answer. You know, what's with all these Elm products? And so do you have an answer for that one? Or does the AI know that there are 4 EL products, and it's going to give them an
So if you
overview?
train it, and I have trained mine, so let's see what mine says. And this right here, this bot trial area is so cool because one, it doesn't cost you any credits to use it. But two, this is exactly what you're talking about, Ray, where you want to just make sure if somebody asks this question, I want to make sure that the bot is giving a good answer. So I'm going to say, what's the question you wanted me to ask? Like, what are Elm products?
Yeah, what are the Elm products?
What are the Elm products? Let's just ask that specifically. I'm sorry, but I don't have enough information to help you with that. Can you please provide more details or specify what specific products or services you're interested in? Okay, so this is a great example. Obviously, I don't want it to answer that question that way, right? So I would say no, and then I would want to answer this myself. So I would want to say the Elm products that we have available to resell in our program are Elm Messenger, Elmatic, and Elm Link, and Elm Optimizer. All right, so now let me fix this. All right, and train bot. So now let's see what happens again when I'm going to reset this conversation. And I'm just going to put this in here. I honestly have no idea what it's going to say, but let's see. This is definitely the process that you'd want to go through. So you can see now that it pulled in the answer that I gave it and also some additional information. So the Elm products available for reselling in our program are Elm Messenger, Elmatic, Elm Link, and Elm Optimizer. Elm Messenger is a software that helps you. And then it goes on to talk about Elm Messenger. You can earn income by offering premium accounts and reselling licenses. So maybe in this response, I'm like, that's kind of weird. Why did you just pick out Elm Messenger? Instead of like, what if you're going to tell about the products, why would you just pick out Elm Messenger? So maybe I want to come back in here and take this and just delete this. And then let's see. You can earn income by offering anything specific you'd like to know. Okay, so now I'm going to train my bot and I'm going to come back here. I'm going to reset the conversation. Now I'm going to ask again and see if it gives the answer like. But again, this is what's so awesome. Okay.
Oh.
I had no idea that they were going to make it so simple for the client inside the conversation tab. Honestly, I feel like that is absolutely the best feature of this whole thing, aside from being able to scan a link or to paste the link and then it scans that information, because the client, it does need to be easy to use, right? And especially we know as the business owner, when we're in the conversations tab and that AI spits out a result like the first one we just saw, you need to be able to fix that right then. You don't want to have to be like, oh, okay, let me copy this question, go into the settings, go to Conversation AI. I'm going to go now and create this question and add it to the list. And then the answer, that's just like way too much. That makes it not user-friendly. And when we have something that is not user-friendly, we as business owners oftentimes don't do it. And so if we as the agency owner, we want our clients to use these tools they're paying us for, then it needs to be user-friendly. It needs to be beneficial for them to be able to use it. And so the ease of use to train the bot and to retrain the bot, absolute game changer. I am so excited about this. I think it's so cool. What do you guys think?
That's very good. Very cool.
So cool. Miss Maria, I see your hand up.
And you answered my question. I just didn't want to put my hand down because it'd be rude, but that was the question. You could train it by writing it or put in the URL, correct? And that's it. You can just, maybe putting the URL for that specific page, because you can do either one thing.
Yeah. Something else that they told us, right now, you have the ability to choose, like right now it's set up to book appointments. Okay. But a lot of us don't have businesses that we really want to like push the appointments, right? Sometimes we just want to send them a link somewhere. So we will be able to do that. We'll also be able to change the intent of the bot from like a booking appointment to like support and general questions. So it's not always pushing to book that appointment. We'll also have the ability, like right now, you just select the calendar that you want them to book on, and then it sends them the calendar link. But we will have the ability to add our own booking link, but also we'll have the ability to redirect them to other links. So let's say that we trained them on, trained our bot on like, let's say social media or something. And I have a page on my website that I want to direct them to. When I answer that question, I'll be able to do that as well. So it's so crazy. It is so cool. So what do you guys, yeah, right?
That made me think of, I'm always thinking of education. What if a guy has a course and he's one of your sub accounts and he's got a course and somebody asks all these questions from the course? Can he train his conversations to answer those questions? I mean, I've heard that ChatGPT does really well teaching somebody how to program by outlining a computer programming technique. And so if somebody asks one of my students, and I'm one of the sub accounts, I would be able to use these conversations to direct them to the right answer and tell them what the right answer is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You also Yeah, I know. It's cool. I hope when you were saying that, I was just thinking, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's a great idea, because I hope we'll be able to also use YouTube links, because we can train our bots with the links from the video. But even if not, even if it's a video, let's just say a video with content that you love, that you would love to be able to share with the people in your bot. Maybe just, it doesn't even necessarily have to be yours. You could actually go to ChatGPT. You could extract, and I talked about that last week when we were talking about the ChatGPT, but you extract that transcript from the video. Of course, you could rewrite it, have ChatGPT rewrite it, and then have that content put inside the bot.
David, you see any possibilities of someone wanting to do a Bible study, and the answers are to some of his questions are there, easily found quickly, that kind of thing?
Oh my gosh, Ray. I wonder, could you train the bot on the entire Bible?
Yeah.
From a website like Bible.com.
It depends on how expensive it would be, but if somebody just stumbling around and wanting to change his life, and he found your site, or you sent him a link, and there you go, he can do it at his own pace. He can find out the things that he needs to find out.
Mhm.
Hey,
That's really such a great idea.
Yeah. It's kind of like you weigh out the automation of things, and where does it become, this really needs to be a personal conversation type of stuff too. It's like kind of feeling like people need to have that personal part of it as well. And where does that like, did enough questions get asked? Well, hell, it sounds like now's the time for us to talk personally, or something like that.
Yeah, and you could train your bot to do that. I also wonder, talking about that, I wonder if you could train it to like have a code word, maybe. So if they say like this specific, like support or something, like let's just say that you have a code word support, and when someone sends you a message and it has that code word, then you could send like an internal notification to yourself or to the appropriate team member to say you need to follow up with this person. So that'd be, and I bet when we get the ability to add that to the workflows, that will definitely be possible. That's a really good idea. Janai, I see your hand up.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I feel like I am so far behind the game right now. Now, this bot you're referring to, is this directly through HighLevel?
Yep.
Okay, because I had signed up with that other one with Andrew and those guys. So that has nothing to do with that. It's a totally separate thing.
Yep. This is 100% HighLevel.
Gotcha. Okay, and it's in our system already?
Yeah, you can go to your agency settings, and let me, I can't do it on camera, but I can get there, not okay. So you want to go to your agency settings, and you want to make sure that it's turned on. Let me get in here and I'll show you.
Well, I'm taking it works pretty much the same way.
Yes.
Like major difference.
But I will say that it is beta, right? So if you're and this, I'm glad that you asked that, because I get this question a lot. Okay, HighLevel just came out with their new conversation AI bot. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Should I still buy Zappy Chat or whatever else one that you're using? My best answer to that is, if you already have clients using it, keep using that. Let this version get to where it needs to be, where it is an appropriate replacement for, a lot of times these the other agencies creating these tools, they're focused solely on these tools and they're making them great, and HighLevel's focused everywhere, right? So I would say if you're already using it, keep using it, but maybe start thinking about like testing this out for your own business and just making sure that it's a good solution before you go jumping and sending all of your other clients there. I wanted to show you here how you want to turn this on. So you want to go into your SaaS configurator, and you can actually turn the rebilling on here. And this is what I was telling you about the charge. So it's 5 cents. Of course, you can mark it up if you want to. Your actual cost is 5 cents. You always want to mark up 3 times minimum. But this is where you can see that could get really expensive. So that's why HighLevel is coming out with that unlimited plan for your accounts, your sub accounts, so that they're not spending ever more than whatever that plan is. So you definitely want to make sure that that's turned on. And then inside the sub account, you're going to go to settings and then conversation AI. Terrence, I see your hand up.
Yes, hello everyone. I just wanted to give an update. I was having a problem with the new experience Facebook page being added, and it was me and tons of other people. Some people had the problem, some people didn't. Just want to give an update that HighLevel has figured it out, as they always do. And if you were having that problem or know someone that has, it is now all figured out. So whether you have classic pages or the new experience pages, you are good to go for the social planning.
Sweet.
You said HighLevel figured it out or Facebook figured it out?
HighLevel figured out because Facebook did something with their API and switched some stuff around, and I guess HighLevel was able to figure out how to make it work with their new API.
Every software company that has anything to do with Facebook API, it is a constant effort to stay up to date with all of the changes they are always pushing out. Hey, Tina, were you getting ready to say something?
Nope, I'm good. Just fly on the wall.
All right. Did you guys have any questions or anything today? No? Wow. So I was thinking of doing a training today, and then I saw all that stuff about the conversation AI bot. So I was like, oh my gosh, it is Christmas today. I have got to tell you guys all this cool stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to share more cool things with you as well. So what are you guys struggling on? Can I show you how to do something today that you're like, man, I always want to ask Bridget how to do that, and I just have no clue?
It's not like I'm struggling with just one thing. It's 1,000 things. So pick one.
What's the thing that is stopping you from moving to the next step?
I've got to focus on building my Facebook presence. I'm sorry, my YouTube presence. Forget Facebook. I think I can do Facebook, but who knows? But I've got to build a YouTube, start building YouTube presence. So what would you suggest? I do have a YouTube account, but that's about it. There's nothing on it hardly. So should I start a brand new ComputerWorks account with YouTube rather than my Ray Hines?
So I actually just learned this about YouTube, that when I first started my YouTube channel, I was just using my personal channel. You know, you create a Google account and it automatically creates a YouTube account, and then that's the account that I was using. Okay. I realized here the last couple weeks that you have to create a brand account when you create a YouTube channel, for many reasons. I have more than 8,000 subscribers now. I never before realized any benefits to having a brand channel over a personal channel until I realized that you cannot invite members to your YouTube channel. Let's say that you have a VA who's going to do your upload checklist or something like that for your YouTube videos. You cannot invite additional users or managers to your YouTube channel unless you have a brand channel. So definitely create a brand channel. Now, what are you going to call it? Right? That's also something that people ask a lot. And that could be a struggle because obviously it's important what you call your YouTube channel. It's great to use keywords, you know, in your title. Like if I wanted to call myself like the HighLevel, like automation, whatever, I mean, I could do that. And then that would be great because I'd be using HighLevel in the title. But then when you do stuff like that, you run into like copyright issues and all of that. And then what if when I first started, I called my channel like Builderall Automations or something? That would be terrible because I'm no longer with Builderall. And so I would have to like change my whole name again, and then no one would be able to find me. And then that wouldn't be cool, right? So what I say, and the same with basically your Facebook business page, unless you plan on running ads right away, I would say to make it your name if you're brand new, and just make your YouTube channel your name. That's your brand channel with your name. Because no matter what you decide to do, it's always going to be Ray Hines. It's always going to be Ray Hines on that channel. If you decide to promote ComputerWorks, your white label brand, then great. You're still Ray Hines, right? You could even create an additional channel if you wanted to. If you decide to promote HighLevel, cool, you're still Ray Hines. You may decide to promote Doodly. You may decide to do OBS trainings. Whatever you decide to do, you don't have to worry about that because it's your name. That's never going to change, no matter what you do, unless you decide to legally change it, but it's going to be your name. So that's what I think. I would prefer the name. And then if you get to a point where you're like, I'm really all in with ComputerWorks. I just really want this to be like my main business channel where I do all of my videos pertaining to my white label brand. That's great because now you've gone through the trial and error part. You've decided a great direction you want to take and then go all in with that. But I just think in the beginning, it just makes more sense to use your name and brand yourself. And then you can do that. And then you can branch off to whatever else you decide to do.
Good advice. Thanks.
Yeah. Terrence, I see your hand up.
Yeah, is the brand channel as easy as clicking a button once you have a personal channel? Like, can you change your personal channel to a brand, or you got to start from scratch?
You cannot change a brand to a personal, but what you have to do is you have to create, I'm getting in here now. Let me see if I can show you here. Okay, so let me just show you what I have in my talk about transparency. Okay, so you can see here that I have a personal account here. This is where I originally created my YouTube channel. Okay, I have a client's account. Let me go back. Okay, so I have I go back. All right, so hang on just a second. I'm all over the place here. So I have these channels here. Let me go to switch account. This is my personal channel. This is where my YouTube channel was. Okay. That's when I realized, hey, this is a problem because I can't do the things that I need to do to grow on my channel. So what I had to do was create a brand channel, and then I moved it. I moved my personal channel to the brand channel. And then what it did was it made my personal channel basically obsolete. So what I had to do to create a brand is I simply come to my Google account, right, that I want to put my brand channel on, and you're just going to do what I just did, right? You're just going to do view all channels, go to create a new channel, and then that's all you have to do. You just enter in the new channel name, and then it's going to be linked to your account, just like I have this one linked to this Google account, right? So this Google account actually has two channels here. This Google account has two channels here, okay? But if you want to move it, what you have to do is, and you go to that screen I was just showing you. It's actually a very simple process, but the things that you have to consider when you go to move the channel, and I just learned all this by experience, is you have to create the brand channel. Okay, if you're using your personal channel, you create the brand channel, you move it to the brand channel, and then you have basically a blank personal channel. The downfalls of that are if it's monetized and all, you don't lose any of your videos, you don't lose any comments on there, except the comments that you made, because now you are using a different channel. So all of the comments you were making from the previous channel now will not be there. So you'll have your whole YouTube channel with conversations, and it'll still maintain the entire conversation, except it will not have your comments from that channel. So that really affected me a lot, especially because a good practice is when you upload a YouTube video to add the first comment, pin it, heart it. That tells YouTube, and it helps when people are scrolling down to see that pinned comment, because not everyone looks in the description. So that was definitely a downfall there. But as far as like if your channel's monetized, it doesn't really affect anything there. You just have to make sure that it is still connected to the same, Google account. So if you're running paid ads, those things you just want to verify. Nothing changed with mine. So all of that was good. Really, the only downfall that I experienced when moving from a personal channel to a brand channel, and then moving that brand channel to a completely different Google account, was my comments being gone. But it really wasn't hard. I was very intimidated because I thought, oh my gosh, what if I delete my whole channel? And that's going to be devastating. But it was actually very easy. So something else that people told me to be aware of was like your handle, like your channel ID. Mine is like Bridget Bartlett. But they said, oh my gosh, you're not going to be able to reuse that. I don't know if it was an update with YouTube from the videos that I was obsessively watching because I was nervous about it. But I didn't have any of those issues. It was literally as easy as it could possibly be. It was just those comments, kind of those being gone. Wasn't that fun. But Maria, I see your hand up, ma'am.
I'm just curious. I'm a little confused. What makes it a brand channel? Because it looks like it's the same channel. Is there a button you're pressing, or what are you doing? Because I'm confused there.
So every YouTube or every Google account, okay, when you create your Gmail account, okay, your Google account, you automatically have a YouTube personal channel attached to that Gmail email account, okay? When you want to create a brand channel, you have to add that to that account. It's not just like changing the name and then now that's your brand channel. You have to add that to that Google account for it to be a brand. You say okay, but your face says, I still have no idea what you're saying.
I don't. I have to go to the hole that we talk about to figure that one out. Because I have a few, but I'm not sure if I did create a brand channel. I'm just trying to see, is there a word that says, oh, this is a brand?
You can tell. You can tell if it's a brand.
Yes.
And the way that you can tell is by going into your settings here. So you'll want to go into Google, you want to go to the advanced settings, and then you'll see here, move channel to brand channel. That means that it's a brand channel or that it's a personal channel. Okay. Now, if it didn't say that, that means it's a brand channel. But also another way to be able to tell would be, is that the channel that's attached to that Google account, right? But like for this Google account, you see here, this is the Google account, right? If I click all channels, then you'll see that I have those two channels on that specific Google account. Now, if I completely change, you can see here, I have other accounts, and this is this Google account. If I completely change this, now this is the account that is attached to this email, okay? But if I wanted to switch to, so now like I'm switched to this different Google account, okay? So you can see that is up here at the top. And I'm switched to this channel because I had that as the default. If I go to this, now I'm in, this is the personal channel for this Google account. And it says here, viewer, change your Google account settings instead of saying move to a brand channel. Or yeah, this is personal. So it says move to a brand channel. If I go back to this one here, which is a brand channel, then it says move channel to your Google account or to a different brand account. So that's how you can tell.
Thank you.
And
It's-
what were the benefits of having the brand channel opposed to a personal channel?
So the main benefits are the ability to invite like people to your channel to like do editing or basically just giving access. That was the main reason why I needed to switch mine to a brand channel. Because, you know, if you want to hire someone to be able to do things for you on your YouTube channel, you want the ability to invite people and give them certain permissions. If you're on your personal channel, you can't do that. Giving them permission to that would actually be giving them permission to your entire Google account. So that's obviously not what you want to do. And then it's a struggle too, because you have the two-factor authentication with Google. It's just impossible. I mean, to be able to, for someone to log, Google makes it hard for us to log into our own accounts. Could you imagine being on the other side of the world and you have a VA and you're like, yeah, log in here. Okay, here's two-factor. Okay, hold on, let me get the code. Okay, now do you have access? And you're going to have to do that every single time they need to get access to your channel. It could even get you restricted if Google thinks that, you know, like if your VA is in Pakistan and it shows you're logging in Pakistan and you're logging in Indianapolis at the same time, Google's going to say, whoa, something is not right here. But then having a brand channel, you can just give them user access. You can determine, do you want them to be admin? Do you want them to be like moderator? So you can really fine tune their permissions that way.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I don't know whose hand was up first, Tina or Terrence?
Tina.
Okay. Yes, Tina, how can I help?
Okay, well, as you know, I just got set up and I have a question about the SaaS offerings. I'm trying to see the way that I'm trying to configure the SaaS, and I just have a question about, is it better to offer more, you know, in the 97 version? What would you recommend to start up? Because I see other people set up with a whole bunch of features that I don't have. And I'm wondering if people are going to be more inclined to join, you know, with them rather than with me, or in which way I can offer more value to the businesses I'm trying to target.
So when you have a high-level agency, the way to be successful is to provide a solution within the tools. Okay. Like, and it's like you're saying, if they know you're using HighLevel, then now they're going to be able to compare you to every other person who's using HighLevel. And then it basically just becomes a cost issue. Who's cheaper? And then I'm going to go with that person. We don't ever want to base our offers on how can we be the cheapest ones. We want to be the ones who provide the solution that our clients need. So don't think about costs, think about the solution. So then now if we're thinking about the solution, who is your perfect target client?
Okay.
No, I was asking you a question. Who is your perfect target client?
My perfect target client is the person who has a small business who's trying to centralize his marketing, communication, you know, somebody that is not very technical savvy and that wants to automate things and of course gain more leads. I mean, maybe,
Okay, so
yeah.
you just named every small business owner on the planet. So how can we fine tune that? Okay, so the way that you want to fine tune that is to choose a feature that you want to promote. Okay, that's the best way. Like a lot of people will choose the missed call text back. They will choose, you could choose this AI feature. Some people are choosing the social media planner. There's lots of different offers that you can create from the platform, but you definitely don't want to get in a battle of who can be the cheapest for the HighLevel tools. Because in reality, if you're branding yourself right, they won't care that you're using HighLevel, or they won't even know. So can you guys see my screen right now? Can you see my screen right now?
No.
No.
Yeah, just a second. Let me actually find my Zoom. Okay, here we go. I wanted to show you this website and how it's set up here. So when you get your setup completed, if you look at this page here, okay, of course you have additional software inside of our membership. Okay, so you have these additional softwares to add to your value stack. Okay, so if you look at the SaaS page of your website, the first part here is talking about the HighLevel tools. This is an unbranded video that talks about the SaaS, right? So if you scroll down here, you'll see that it starts talking about add-ons. Okay, so we're adding on Elm Messenger, we're adding on Elm Optimizer, Elm Link, or Elmatic Elm Link. Because we're adding those on, what that does is that makes you stand out among the other HighLevel agencies, even if they know you're using HighLevel. Okay, so this is what makes you stand out. This is what allows you to charge more. It doesn't mean that you have to keep your packages this way or to use this is just as an example. Okay, so for an example, they could sign up for $197 and then get whatever tools you decide to configure in the SaaS configurator. Okay, or if you have one of the other plans, whatever packages that you want to include for them. Okay, but I would definitely not say $97 and you get all the tools. It's like you want to have a solution. You know, the best way is choose a niche, have your, have a snapshot for them, have your onboarding, all of those things that you want to do, but it needs to be solution oriented. You need to find a target client, you need to provide a solution for them, and then formulate your offer around that target client solution for the target client.
I actually have an idea here that I'm trying to work on, and it's basically I'm in the hospitality industry. It's what I do in my regular job, and I'm having a hard time trying to adjust the whole system to hotels and tour operators. Do you think I would have to just mind work it by myself, how I would do all the workflows and all the solutions for that industry? Or do you know of any snapshots that are already created for the industry, for hospitality and for tour operators?
So I'm not familiar with that niche, so I don't know what it is that you need. I don't know all of the things that you need. But if you go to your agency account, I don't know if you've looked at this yet. I do see your hand up, Terrence. I'll be with you in just a second. You do see all of the snapshots that are built in here already. If you need something that's not here, you can go to my website, bridgetbartlett.com, and you'll see here white label add-ons. You can go to the snapshots, and this is actually a different company here. It's White Label Suite. This is their snapshot store, but you could check here. I don't know because I haven't looked before for that specific niche, but they have lots of different snapshots that you may be able to find something that is close or exactly what you're looking for. Those are the places that I would go. Of course, you can always hire someone to create that snapshot for you. I would definitely find someone who's familiar with that niche though. To be able to, just like I know HighLevel very well, but your specific niche, those automations are going to be very customized. So I would definitely, if you do hire someone, you can go to, let me show you this as well. You can go into the resource area And you can click on knowledge base. And then when you go there, if you go to free training and tools, you'll see the list looking to hire. So I actually have a list of agency owners who do service work, and you can check out this list and see if any of those fit your criteria here. So let me share in the chat that link there. So hopefully one of those resources will help you, whether you want to outsource or you just want to create it.
Thank you for that.
Yes, Terrence.
I don't know. You got to come back to me. I forgot.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and spin the wheel, and then maybe by the time we do that, you'll remember. So for those of you who are new, everyone who joins our weekly Q&A session, your name gets put on the wheel, and whoever wins gets either a free 30-minute private consultation with me or 2 reseller licenses. So let me make sure that everyone is here. We have Terrence, Janai, Maria, Ray, David, Tina, and let's see, I think. All right, so I think I got everyone. Let me share this here. All right, Terrence, Janai, Maria, Ray, David, Tina. Am I forgetting anyone? Okay. I'm going to spin the wheel. Oh, it's David. David's the winner. I already know what David wants because he has lots of licenses.
Yes, a consultation would be nice. I'll add that to my, now I've got more time, which I'm, yeah, so good.
Yeah, cool. All right, I will send you the link when we're done here. Did Terrence, did you remember what you were going to ask?
No, but I do want to know what microphone David has. I do want to know that.
Oh, David?
What was the question?
What microphone you're using?
Oh, it's a Yeti.
That's what I have too. Do you have Yeti Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. And I see everybody with, I used to have one of those like brain things, you know, so I could get it like real close to my mouth, but I just sit mine on my desk and I never, it picks it up fine. And yeah, here's mine.
Yep.
It just fell out.
Oh dear. I gotta go, guys. Good to see you.
What happened to Bridget? She got knocked out?
Yep, I think so. She said, hold on a minute.
Her microphone came out and she's plugging it back in.
Has anybody in the group started putting out any content yet?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I need to. I think I've learned enough. Like, I don't want to get caught. I feel like it's probably like a little imposter syndrome. So I think I just have to learn more. But I think collectively, I think we know enough to get, to at least be. I think all of us have learned enough from Bridget to be able to start to get out of our own heads. Well, I know for me, that's what it is for me, and just start posting.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I picked up my mic to show, and it totally came unplugged. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's what happened. I said, what happened to Bridget?
Yeah.
Where'd she go?
I was like, I can't even tell you. I'm getting so sorry about that. Terrence, I should talk more maybe about content. I wanted to create some content for you guys. It's just a matter of time, you know.
You know what,
Go
Bridget?
ahead. Yeah.
Like we listen whenever you speak. I think, and I don't know, maybe this is what I need. Like if you gave me some homework to at least bring to the table on a certain date, one piece, even if it's a 30-second video or just one piece of content. Because I think, I know I was reading something and the guy, he said, hey, listen, like the amount of money in your pocket is going to be determined on the amount of offers that you guys are making. And if we're not putting out any content or making any offers, I don't care how much you teach us, Bridget, it's not going to end up in our bank accounts if we're not putting out the content and making the offers. Like I looked and he asked a question, he said, well, how many offers did you put out last week? And I said, man, I didn't put out any offers. And then I'm wondering like, man, when is this thing going to work? But I'm not even putting out the content and putting out the offers.
Yeah,
So,
it's like you can't make 100 sales if you don't even have 100 people who know you exist. I mean, that's really just the gist of it. Terrence, my golden rule for content is, and I've said this so many times, if it's cool, share it. Okay, don't overthink it. While you're working, if you, and I know that you experience this because I do every single day, I'm like, that's so cool. That's going to be my next post. Because if you got that reaction, all of the people who are just like you, who are in your timeline, your target client, they're going to think that's cool too. So don't overthink it. Don't worry about creating amazing graphics using Canva, which you can do. I use literally a simple snippet tool that comes on my computer. I just snip the screenshot and then I share that. And then I literally say, this is so cool. I just did this and this and this, and here's the result. That's absolutely my most productive content that I create. I could spend all day creating these beautiful graphics and no one will ever engage in it. But if I just do a simple screenshot and say, this is so cool, I just did this. I mean, it's insane the reactions I get from that. Because I feel like it's less spammy, like people feel less like you're trying to sell them on something when you just say, this is so cool, look at this screenshot. Tina, I see your hand up. I'll go ahead and get you before we jump out of here. So it's my mic shut down.
I had a question from yesterday. So remember I told you about a different language and having maybe translating everything. So I have this idea that I can create another SaaS agency under my agency. So it would be my own. I wouldn't charge myself, but everything would be branded with the other language. Is that possible?
If you wanted to brand your whole agency with Spanish and then just have a sub account that's English, is that what you're saying?
No, the other way around. I would create another a sub account, but I would make it an agency so that it can have its own website and everything in Spanish.
Well, you wouldn't have to create a different sub account for that. You could just add another website with another domain. The problem is, though, is if you, let's say that your first, let's say tinacruz.com is your website. Your email, your agency needs to be set up with the domain that you choose for your agency. And then your email sending domain needs to be set up on that same domain. So when you do that, and you need to choose an email address within that same domain. So when you do that, you're locked down in that sub account by that domain, meaning where you're sending all of your info from. Every time you send email campaigns, it's going to come from that domain. Every time you, everything is going to come from that domain. When you add location, any of the custom values that have to do with location or the account, it's going to all be that domain. So for that case, if you had a completely separate domain, separate business, you would want to set up a different sub account. The problem with that, though, is the actual functionality of the day-to-day use of that. Because what you're going to have to do is log in. You're going to have different users, right? Because then that user of the Spanish account, you're going to have a different email address that you have for that account that you're logged in by. Otherwise, all your emails that you send are going to go to spam. And then you're also going to have to make sure that you are keeping up the conversations tab for both businesses. So that's why I was telling you, no matter really how you set it up, if you choose separate sub accounts, you're going to have to, it's just like having two businesses. So I would just
Okay.
worry about the maintaining of that.
Okay. That
I mean,
answers
it's
my
certainly
question.
not impossible. You can certainly do that. I just think about the actual end result and what it's going to be like for you trying to manage all of that. And it may be hard for you.
I
Were you
watched a
reading?
video today that says that the AI actually follows whatever language the person's speaking. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. It's all based on ChatGPT, though, like their language model. So the parts that make it not great, that's because what it would try to do is translate, and you'd have to do a lot of testing to see if you're going to get a result that you like. And I do know in the future, HighLevel's coming out with like an option where you can create a totally separate brand, and that would help you. But then again, you have the same problem. You're going to have to create two totally different sub accounts, and then you're going to have to maintain both of those accounts as well. So like I said, it's not impossible. It's just going to be a lot of work. Ray, I'm going to get you, and then we'll go ahead and go.
No, I was just going to enter a possibility. Could she just pay another $97 and be a different person altogether and market?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. She has the option to just create an additional sub account. She doesn't even have to do that. If you wanted to create a specific agency where for only Spanish speaking people that you are like you want in a completely different agency, like you could do that too. But then again, what you're doing is creating two separate businesses. So so that's the challenge.
Yeah.
So
What are you doing this weekend? And does it have anything to do with your business?
No, I'm not going to work this weekend. I always say that, and then something piques my interest and I go down these rabbit holes, but that's fun for me. It's the consistency thing where I feel like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. That's what I love about the weekends, because I do have that free time where I can just go investigate, and I know that I don't have to send emails or respond to people, and it's just my own free fun time. So I probably will watch some YouTube video, but as far as working, I don't like to do that.
But I'd like to ask you, how's your husband? Is he feeling better?
He's good. Yeah, he's slowly but surely on the upswing. So I'm chalking that healing up to Jesus, because all the things they were telling us, they still have no idea what the problem is. But it's my Jesus. Sorry, you guys don't know him.
I agree, but I'm glad that he's feeling better.
Me too. Absolutely. And glad that you are feeling better as well.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Sorry, my mic popped out. It happens. All right. Have a good weekend, and I will see you all Monday. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality.